Hello, everyone, and welcome to Nuuli Forged. And wow, those are some big icons. We are a 5e actual play stream that takes place in the world of Nuuli, which came out of my brain, and 6 of my friends are brave enough to play in. You can't see them right now, but they're here, or most of them are. Amber and Matt will be coming along in just a moment. I'm going to resize
Whoa.
some of these icons. New computer, the scene loaded, but then I picked a new source file with new updated art, and here we are. As we introduce themselves, I will adjust their icons so as to see who they are. It's going to be fun. With that in mind, we'll start at the top. We'll start with Sarah.
Oh, hey, that's me. I'm hiding behind the big blue thing in the corner.
You're visible now.
Oh, am I?
Yeah, I fixed it.
I don't know. I've got. Okay. Oh, there it is. Hey, here I am. My name is Sarah, and I play Andra Grandspark. What is my name? Andra Grandspark. I'm a halfling wizard. And was there something else? No, that was it.
Oh, somebody roll a d30 for me, please, and I'll get you a question.
Jeff didn't. He rolled a natural one.
I already did, and we got a 1.
Awesome.
Get him out of the way now.
Then
Tell us your life story.
Simply tell us who is your character's confidant, that individual, entity, whatever that you tell everything to, that you trust beyond all others.
Oh, I'm not sure I'm to trust anybody. Yeah, maybe her spell book.
Sure.
But yeah, I don't think she trusts anybody that much.
Fair enough. Oh, look, we've got Matt with us. Matt, you're just in time. Please.
Oh, hey, you're next.
Yeah. Introduce yourself, your character, and tell us who is your character's confidant. And you're muted.
Just the way I like it. Good question. Hello, I'm Matt. I'm playing Corvus, the human rogue. And Corvus is confidant. Gosh, I'll be honest. I don't think he has one, except maybe Ozo at this point. Can't canonically.
Fair enough.
Historically, I don't know. From what we've seen.
Yeah, no, it's all good. Fair enough. Next up, we've got Tanner.
Hi, I'm Tanner. I'm playing Lunine the Hexblood Fighter and or Fey Knight Fighter. And Confidant is his best friend Pierce.
Very cool. Thank you so much. Amber is not here yet, so we'll move on to Mike.
Hello, everyone. I'm Mike. I play Renata Soul Angel. And so far, I would say probably a bit of a tie between Lunine and Corvus.
Aw. That's really quite sweet.
That is sweet.
Aw, guys.
I'm sorry you're not mine.
Now
Yeah,
I
it's okay.
feel bad.
It's a one-way street.
Yet, that is true. I have asked, I have revealed some stuff to you, though.
Wonderful.
Wait till I hit you with that song.
And then we've got Jeff.
Hello, I am Jeff. I play Seladar, an elf druid. I would say the closest thing he's got is his mother, who obviously we have not seen in many months. Second to that is his journal, which he records his observations in. But in the party, he thinks he trusts Corvus the most, but in a way that is unusual, that maybe will come up at some point mysteriously.
Very cool. Thank you very much. And I, of course, am Jared, your humble dungeon master here on Nuuli Forged. I play everyone and everything else that is not the 6-player characters. And some people are confident in, and some people are not, because it's a world of stuff. It's a mad world. Cool. Yeah, well, all that being said, who's ready to play some D&D, huh?
Woohoo!
Awesome. Let's dive into last time on Nuuli Forged. I only have one extra monitor at the moment, so I have to do a little tappy tap. Okay, here we go. Last time on Nuuli Forged, Andra disguised herself as a denizen of the pyramid, which seems to be made up of zombies and skeletons. Managing to blend in with the zombies as she hid when her friends around her all went unconscious, she assisted the undead horde in depositing her friends in a strange illusion-coated room before being forced to abandon them there. She slipped away from the zombies and began exploring the interior of the pyramid, realizing that there are patrols of these undead creatures kind of randomly throughout. After a small skirmish and realizing that she could not open the door her friends were behind, she decided that she needed reinforcements. Exiting the pyramid in disguise and returning to wait for Selenar to escape his petrification. Eventually, he did so. And the two separated ringers made haste to rejoin their friends or attempt to get them out of this room that they were locked in. Meanwhile, the others who were trapped in the statue garden were visited by this strange undead man who spoke and told them to just become statues. It would be a lot easier. The 4 opted to charge out of the room. Whoops, no. The 4 opted to charge out of the room, just barely escaping in time, and attempted to talk their way out of the pyramid along with the statue of Barl, but the undead figure was having none of it. A squad of skeletons and zombies converged on the party, and the battle began. It was rough going for a while until Andra and Selenar joined up with their friends in the midst of this pitched combat. The zombies proved difficult to get to stay down, and the skeletons peppered the party with their arrows. All while this mysterious, more powerful undead entity seemed to be pummeling the party with terrifying eyes and necrotic fists. Multiple party members were dropped, only to be healed and rise again to continue the battle, and after a long combat, the skeletons, zombies, and the stranger all lay destroyed before the dead ringers as a spirit-like wraith form rose from the body that this entity had, and the party, now realizing they are in a sort of dangerous predicament, tired, resources depleted, and inside of a pyramid with a host of undead entities. So we pick up. Oh, I guess that map doesn't work now. We pick up here with our good friends. You are all in this hallway surrounded by these destroyed, mangled zombie bodies and busted up skeletons, and this one form that you have just seen, this spectral black like shadowy wraith kind of rise from and then disperse in a little like kind of motion. So what would you like to do?
We don't have a map.
There isn't one. It's just the same
okay.
thing.
Okay.
I was about to say, I'm right here.
Map, not matta. Is there we're in the hallway. We're not in the room anymore.
Correct. You're in the hallway.
Correct. We're in the hallway. I don't know. Let's loot some bodies.
Yeah, cool. Hello, Amber.
Hi.
Just in time for the start.
Oh, good.
Of
To
everything.
loot the bodies.
Indeed. Yeah, the skeletons, there's some arrows you could probably recover. Between all of them, there's about 8 arrows that you can get. And those are for short bow, long bow kind of vibe.
Actually, I was trying to track bolts last time, right? You can recover up to half.
Yeah, so I think you can
Yeah,
recover 2.
4 last time.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure.
Like
Yeah, I was about to
eight
say. I think I did the math right on that yesterday, which is good that I've got arrows back. Unless anyone else is pew pewing. Anyone else short bowing?
I don't think so. I think it's just you.
No.
But I am running low on the bolts.
Good to know. Great. The zombies don't really have anything on their persons. They are zombies.
Fair.
The skeletons do have short swords and some short bows, if anybody would like one of those. There's 4 of those around. 4 of those?
I think I already have one. I already have one that I took off a skeleton in the last battle that I can't really use. So
Great.
But I am carrying it anyway because it was part of the disguise.
Fair enough. Now, the other individual is a different story. No weapons. As you know, he was kind of pummeling you all with his fists, more so than anything else. However, searching through his pockets, you do find a few things. One of them is a small, black, shiny piece of obsidian that when you hold it up to your eyes to look into it, seems to have a rune of some kind embedded within the obsidian. And it's like a smooth, polished, like kind of almost an arrowhead shape, like an elongated triangle. The other thing that you happen to find here is in a pouch that doesn't seem like it's been opened in a long time. There is a small little glass orb.
Andra would like both of those things. Anyone want to fight me for him?
While this is happening, Selenar is looking around at the walls. He's still got flame in his hand, so he's got a bright light looking for... if I remember correctly, there's a door, just generally... Because he hasn't been in the pyramid yet, besides this combat.
Right, yeah, there's the one door that has like the image of the statue kind of on top of the door, like of like the basilisk with like little columns next to it. But that's the only ornamentation on any of the walls that you see. Otherwise, it's just like big layers of green stone that are like masonry together. No decorations. It seems very sterile and not very elaborate. As you pick up the glass orb and hold it in your hand for a moment, Andra, the orb fills with blue smoke and begins to swirl like a little nebulous galaxy kind of thing, and mixes with some purple smoke, and little stars begin to appear of it. And then at the end it says, produced 1322 IGTI.
Fair. Cool.
Now the weird thing about that is 1322, like if that's a year, that is not the year it is.
Right.
Does Selenar notice any of this? I know I'm not actively looking at items.
What's your passive perception?
16.
Yeah, you see the globe fill with smoke, and it's not big. It's like maybe 2 or 3 inches in diameter.
Andra probably would have like held it up to try to get a better look at it when it started to
Yeah.
do that. Like, ooh, cool.
and you see the stars sparkle in it, and then you see you probably see something form within it, but you probably don't get a full read of the text.
So if I presume it's fairly dim in this.
It's actually pretty well lit from just like a sourceless light. Like you don't see any light sources, but it's lit.
Right, this whole pyramid glows.
Well, I bring the light in my hand over to it anyway to get a closer look as Andra's holding it up. Like, that's very interesting. Where'd you find this?
Oh, in one of the bodies here. Hey, do the elves count years the same way we do? What year is it for the elves?
It is a number that I am not prepared to know what it is as a player.
So you know that the Elvish, your society tracks years more by like natural occurrences. So like in the Verdentious Causeway, it's like it would be probably like the 407th year since the contained flood, which isn't very helpful to your allies, but because of your experience at the edge of the Verdentious Causeway, in the little trading town, you would know that the current year equates to about 1050 PD, or PB, post breaking.
Right.
Sure. So to answer that question in character, we count years from notable years. It's been about 400 and change since the last, but 1300, that number doesn't mean anything to me.
All right. I just thought maybe you'd always talk about not interacting with the rest of the world, and I thought maybe you like counted years in a way that this would mean something.
Both of you go ahead and make a history check. Sorry, Jeff.
16.
Cool.
For history.
How about you, Selenar?
13. Sorry, I thought it would pop up for you too.
Oh, it probably did, but I'm looking at different screens. Wonderful.
Sure.
He's down a monitor.
I am indeed down a monitor. Yeah, that's fantastic. With a 13, yeah, unfortunately, Selenar, you just don't know exactly what the number is. But with a 16 Andra, it is possible that that is a reference to a way of keeping time that predates the breaking of shards.
Oh. Yeah, that is, as far as I'm concerned, that's a future date. It's not a. Yeah, in the way I'm used to counting years, that's a hundreds of years in the future, not a few generations ago.
Right, yeah. Like, if it was going to be 1300, it would be about 200 or 300 years in Andra's future. But that obviously hasn't happened yet.
Right.
So you don't necessarily know what the year convention was before the breaking.
Sure.
But like it could be that. It could be from some part of that.
Sure. I'm actually going to ask if I can get Lunine's attention. Ask him the same question of, hey Lunine, what year is it in the Fey realm?
Yeah. Ah. Every area is different. You have the sun. I had never seen the sun before I got here. You all
This is
seem to
why I
tell
thought it
time
might
by
be a
that,
good idea.
so time is a strange concept. I'm learning.
I see. I'll look at the other three and be like, pretty sure it's the same year in Mundarian as it is here. So, does 1322 mean anything to any of you?
Nope.
I will stick it in my component pouch to look at it later because I have no spell slots to identify anything.
Cool. Cool, cool, cool.
I have also stuck the piece of obsidian in my component pouch.
Okay, when you handle that, it feels slightly warm to the touch.
Ooh.
Like, not like hot, but like body heat.
Well, I've just taken it off a body.
Sure.
I mean, yes, okay, he was undead, but I don't know that Andra would necessarily clock that as, oh, it's warm, it was in this guy's pocket.
Yeah.
Both of those in the component pouch for later when I have some time and a nap.
Cool. So that's roughly all the stuff you find amongst these skeletons and zombies.
Fair.
What would you like to do?
Take a nap.
I was leaning towards a nap, only because I am
We should
hurting.
find.
I'm all
A nap
for
sounds great.
I'm all for a nap, but guys, maybe not in the hallway.
Sure. But
There
let's
are
not go
like
back in that room.
there are like relatively regular patrols. Like some more creatures are gonna come walking by here in another 10 minutes or so.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's
So
go somewhere, but not in there.
um
Because we don't know
Which,
how
like,
to
now
get
that
out.
you're on the other side of the door, Ozo, there are no handles or anything on the door.
Yeah, we don't want to go back in there. We don't know how to get out. We're in.
cool. In my tour of this area, do I know of any other rooms?
You did not see any other, like, doors or anything.
Cool. Well, we can go back outside, although, hey, ringing the doorbell the next time might once again call out the guards to come. So far, I've seen the button pushed twice, and one time y'all fell unconscious and the hordes came, and one time the door just opened and we walked in. So, on a 50-50 chance there, it seems like maybe pushing the doorbell is a bad idea.
It's a solid argument.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't feel a strong urge to have that pushed again, to be honest. That last fight was not particularly enjoyable.
Boris is probably just
No.
gonna pass out where he stands and take a nap if
I
no one
mean-
makes a decision. So I've got my hand on the short rest button and I'm ready to use it.
We found Barl. Do we really need to do anything else here?
Dude, where is he?
Well, he's in there. He's a statue, like a real one. Just like really, really statuey.
As opposed to what?
When Selenar and Corvus and Renata were sort of statuey. I mean, Lunine.
I see. But shouldn't we still bring him back?
I don't
I think
wanna
it's
carry-
kind of heavy.
Unless we can find, the ingredients, but it's probably been more than an hour.
I mean, should we explore the rest of this ziggurat?
Do we really need to when I don't feel very good? Do you feel very good?
I feel terrible, but if I take a nap, might feel good.
Well, I don't know where we can take a nap.
mean-
Like Corvus said, I'm ready to just take a nap here. Oops,
You think
just
it's
a nap,
safe?
just 1 hour. That's all I need, guys. 1 hour.
What time of day is it? It's like midday, right?
Pretty much.
No, it's closer
just
to
need a short
it's
rest.
closer to evening.
Oh. So what
mean,
if we
we
explored
could-
a little bit and found a safe place?
We could leave and camp outside where we camped last night, question mark, 2 nights ago. I don't know how long I was petrified.
It was a couple nights ago, but that means going back through that door. Is there anything else we want in here before we go back out through that door?
I
Not
would
if we
like
can rest safely.
I feel like we need to vote on this.
I think we should go out, and then we can try coming back in. We'll at least be ready.
So who's in favor of leaving and stepping outside? Raise your hand.
Oh, me.
2.
I acquiesce to the group. You've all had more experience in here than I.
So did I count 4 people?
I saw
Looney,
5.
did you raise your hand? Oh, 5? Wow, everyone wants to go outside but me?
Oh, I thought you
Fine.
were one of the 5. Maybe it was only 4. Andra did not
No.
vote to go outside because she is not a fan of that door and going through it because so far that has not gone well.
Yeah, well, whatever. Democracy wins. Let's go outside.
All right. So I think we're trying to go outside back to the little grove we camped in 2 nights ago, or 3 nights ago, or 7 weeks ago, or however long ago that was.
I also lost track of time.
Selenar, it was just yesterday.
Andra will lead everyone back to the door.
Great. I'm going to need a
Thank you.
group stealth check.
There.
I don't even know how to do that.
Just hit
Just
stealth.
everyone.
Yeah.
Darn it.
Also of note, I am not trying to be stealthy, but I rolled a 9.
Natural 20.
Nice.
Oh, thank God.
Cool.
Okay, well, the
I love that
227.
27 is not. That's amazing.
The 227s are pretty impressive, including the nat 20, which counts for an additional success. So, you all managed to somehow successfully avoid a group of patrols on your way to the door.
Wow.
Cool, guys.
Yeah. However,
I'm happy for that.
Yeah.
when you get
There's a
to where
however.
the door is, make a perception check.
Shit.
I'm not any good at those.
Can I read? There we go. I can read. 12 again.
Maybe we could all read exactly the same amount. Good lord.
Cool. Great. Wonderful. Corvus, as you are approaching, you're kind of on the alert. You're feeling rough. As you approach the area where Andra is leading you, telling you that, oh, it's just around the corner, you peek your head around to take a advanced look, because you're like one of the most stealthy members of the party. Luneen's right behind you. And you see that there is a massive rotting form in front of the door. Like, just kind of like on the ground, like sitting there. It is massive. Like, it is much larger than you or any of your friends.
An excellent time for Matt to get up.
I was gonna say, you scared him away.
I will say that Corvus sees this and then like motions for Luneen with his nat 20.
Sorry, you like said Corvus right when my doorbell rang for my food.
Ha ha ha.
But I can't tell what it is other than it's massive and it's rotting.
It appears to be humanoid in shape, but like massive, like maybe the size of a giant.
And we have to find another giant.
Yeah, like Corvus is like bleeding from every orifice. Like, no, no. We can go take a nap in the hall. I don't care anymore.
Does it
Why
look
do I
like
hell
there's
ask him
any
for a
way
second
around
opinion?
this or no?
It is plopped right in front of the like the lever that Andro told you all about. It's like plopped right in front of it.
But the door is still there.
Seems to be. It's possible that this thing is either acting as a block or a guard, or maybe it just decided to be there.
And it's napping?
It's hard to tell what it's doing. It's just kind of there, and its eyes are milky white, and it's just looking out. It is sitting on the ground.
Is Andra still vaguely resembling that of a zombie?
No, not anymore.
No, okay. I don't know if I ever saw you in zombie form. I'm just curious.
I am not, and I am so out of spell slots to recast it, so now you just get Andra.
All right, what are our options here? Diplomacy, or are we just what?
Take a short rest against a
I'm
wall.
sorry. Do you
Like
want
we're
to
in
do
an
a
airport?
diplomacy with a zombie? Is that what you just
Oh.
suggested?
How
And Corvus
far
just like
away
looks
are
at
you?
you with like literally
This guy.
me and the zombie have more in common right now than me
Yeah.
and Corvus this morning.
Yep, me too.
How far away is the lever and big rotting thing?
It's probably like 30 feet away.
All right. I mean, I can probably still push the lever.
Can
You have
you?
mage hand?
As long as I can get within.
I'm trying to imagine what this looks like in my head. So you want to pull the lever to open the door behind the giant zombie form.
I
But that
mean,
still begs the question, how do we get past the zombie?
when you put it that way,
What if the zombie goes outside because the door opened?
I mean, is that bad? He'd be
Do
out of
we-
her
Do
way.
I
That's
feel
good.
like we
That's what I'm
could
saying.
take a short rest? Like, are there zombies walking around everywhere?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a
Narrowly
patrol.
missed one patrol. We got this one guarding the door.
Damn, we're in a
All
tight
right,
spot.
all right.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
We're probably moments away from another patrol if I know this DM.
Yeah, they're pretty
Also
frequent.
true.
I watched them for a while y'all were unconscious, and they're pretty regular.
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I can see the lever.
Yeah, you can peek
Is it
around the
fair
corner
to
and
s-
see the lever.
Okay, if you recall when I became unpetrified, I dismissed Mr. Whiskers.
Yeah.
So I have one more first level spell slot. I will cast Find Familiar to summon Mr. Whiskers on the lever.
He appears resplendent before you, and you summon him like at the lever.
Yeah, it's in an unoccupied space within 100 feet or whatever.
Nice.
And I
Or within 10 feet of you, I think. got a range of 10 feet.
It says, oh, okay. Okay, well, whatever. I summon him and ask him to fly forward and pull the lever.
Yeah, he flies around the corner. You watch as the undead thing, ogre, kind of like watches the bird and watches it land on the lever, and it just kind of perches on the lever. The lever doesn't seem to, like, he doesn't seem to weigh enough to really do it. Well, you know what?
I
Here,
am interested
have-
in rolling a strength check with my
Yeah,
owl.
yeah. I was about to say, have Mr. Whiskers roll a strength check.
I would like you to know Mr. Whiskers has a strength of 3.
Okay. It is a
So here
it
we
is a
go.
DC 10. It is only a DC 10. So all he's got to do
Okay.
is like flap his bird wings down on it, and that's a 12.
Yay!
I was gonna say this is honestly a
What's
toss-up
up?
between him and Corpus as who's stronger.
So landing on it doesn't really do much, but he, like, kind of uses his wings and like pushes down, and the lever gets past that point and goes, and you hear this grinding of stone on stone, and this blackness kind of spirals out. The ogre kind of like gets up and looks out the door. Doesn't go through it, but is like looking at it and looks at the bird and reaches towards Mr. Whiskers.
Mr. Whiskers attempts to lead the ogre out the door like a carrot on a stick.
Cool. Have Mr. Whiskers make a dexterity saving throw versus this athletics check that it's making.
Well, that's a nat 1.
Oh, damn.
Oh, so
Although I don't like this dice roll because it looks like it should have been a 13, but it's not.
let's see.
The clumsiest owl that ever was.
Hey, that bitch opened the door.
Yeah. So the massive paw reaches out and just like grabs the owl. He's not trying to do damage, he's just trying to grab onto it, which is good. But Mr. Whiskers is now in this massive rotting fist and kind of being like looked at by the ogre.
I command Mr. Whiskers to look extra adorable.
Have Mr. Whiskers make a charisma check.
Ooh.
A
Oh.
9.
Maybe it's a low bar for zombies.
The
Maybe.
I mean, this ogre is not particularly, plussed by it. It's fairly nonplussed. He's just kind of holding it. Like, the owl looks owly, but it doesn't really change anything in the dynamic at this moment.
Does it appear that the ogre is A, distracted, and B, we have a path to leave?
It definitely seems like it is paying attention to Mr. Whiskers now.
Then I whisper, we have an opportunity right now if we want to try to leave.
Sneaky, sneaky.
All right.
Good.
Can I make a? How far away is it?
It's about 30
30
feet. So if you all want to attempt to make a stealth check to vacate the premises, you certainly may.
Here we go.
So, important to note, Selenar is not going first. However,
Damn.
here's a roll.
Let me down.
Oof, rough roll.
I was just thinking I might need to like throw something down the hall and distract him, but I don't know what to throw.
Just
have a
to
crowbar,
just
throw that.
solidify our escape. I'm gonna use a second wind.
Okay.
And add another 10 to my check.
Cool. So Lunine, you're able to sneak by without being noticed.
Oh, that doesn't help everybody?
Unfortunately, no.
Oh, I thought it was a group.
It is a group. It is a group thing. Well, actually, let me double check. Oh, actually, his passive perception is quite low. Yeah, Andra and Renata were going to be in big trouble, but
Yeah.
But
Oh, yeah.
but with the 36 and everybody else passing, yeah,
36.
you are able to sneak by this thing fairly quietly, kicking a can down the hallway or whatever. And you all go through this like black void of nothingness before emerging back outside in the twilight of the jungle, having managed to get out. Now, Mr. Whiskers is still in the grip of this thing back inside that pyramid.
That's okay. I think when I it's a noble sacrifice. I think when I get more than 100 feet away from him, he would blink out of existence. So I don't know if he would blink out of existence the second we step through the portal, or
Can you call him?
Well, being farther
Well,
away, someone's got echo. Being farther away doesn't make him blink out. It just means you can't telepathically communicate with him. But you can can dismiss him as an action, or you can send him to a pocket plane. Like as you sneak by, you can just be like boop.
Well, he cannot escape the grip of the ogre, right? He
can try. He can make a strength check. Be contested athletics against this big ogre.
So it says when my familiar is within 100 feet, I can communicate telepathically.
Mm-hmm.
And then as a bonus action, I can... Man, I don't know.
Yeah, you can choose to send him to a harmless demiplane, which is not dismissing him. It's just he goes poof for a while until you bring him back.
But then I could re-summon him back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so as soon as we're outside and I feel like we're safely past, and I'll put a number on it, if we're 50 feet away from the door and moving away, I will send him to a safe place.
All right. You send the command, and you all watch the door close behind you. You're back out in the jungle in front of the pyramid.
So maybe a little further away? I know
Yeah,
y'all are tired.
That copse of trees over there is where we camped some number of nights ago. Seemed to sit as good a place as any.
Fuck the cops. Oh, sorry, trees. Yes, good.
Fuck those two. It's allergy season.
Yeah.
Yes.
True.
Great.
All right. So maybe we should get away from, the place where zombies periodically just come out en masse and things like that.
Yep.
I'll take your word on it.
Yep. Let's do that.
Okay. All right. So it's up to you how far away you want to go. But you can go to whatever distance you feel safe. Just let me know. And then you can take a little rest if you would like.
Yep. Good night. Let's go 5 minutes out of the way to the left.
I'm sorry. I mean, you did say it was close to evening, right? So
yeah, because remember, you got to the pyramid late in the day, and Selenar got petrified late in the afternoon, like approaching
Oh,
evening.
Yeah.
that's right. Yes, yes.
And then you were all in the pyramid doing pyramid stuff for like a good hour.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's set up a watch order and take a long rest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Sounds
think
good.
that's the plan.
The watch is for me tonight. Thank you.
I'll watch even though I'm nearly dead.
I think there's enough
Uh,
not nearly dead people to watch, including the elf. No.
I guess I
I mean-
guess I can stay up for a bit longer. Like I feel okay. I just can't do anything.
Wake us up.
You know, I'll be if anything comes out here, I'll be, waving the short sword at them like a magic wand, but
They'll just
like that.
scream.
I
Yeah.
like everything about that.
yeah, I picked up a sword. Andra knows nothing about sword fighting at all. So I have the short sword. It was part of the zombie disguise.
Are you swinging it around as we're trying to go to bed, demonstrating
yeah.
what you're?
Oh yeah.
Corvus just like grabs it and it's like, we can do this later.
So I think
Moonbeam
we
just
just
looked horrified in the corner.
we're just finding the same place we kept a few nights ago. Hopefully there is still a pile of wood that we had gathered but not used all of, and Selenar will just throw it into the pile and light it and then go into a tent or whatever.
Okay. Yeah, you get
Have you been
yourself-
carrying around flame all this time?
Yeah, I mean, but also Druidcraft, I can just light a campfire
Sure.
He
because
snuck past that ogre while like carrying a ball of fire. The ogre was like, "Owl, fire."
Great. So you set up camp here. So who's first watch? Andra?
Yeah. Now that she's been told that that's the thing we should do.
She can no longer escape.
Great. Go ahead. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Great. Yeah. She's also
That doesn't
notably
usually.
not
That's not
bleeding
usually
out,
how these
so-
things start.
Nope.
Nope. I got a 9.
Oh, fucking A.
Okay. Make a perception check.
Unless it's against being frightened, because
Nope.
I have advantage if it's against being frightened.
It's not.
A perception check, you said?
Yep.
I'm awesome at these, you guys.
It's a night in a jungle, like whatever.
I'm so awesome at this.
Yeah, but nothing happens.
Mm.
Who do you wake up?
Who was not like on their last legs?
Looning.
I am no longer on any legs as I am on the ground, hopefully sleeping.
Yeah.
You
Uh,
smart.
We know,
I guess-
Corvus is in pain.
Yeah. Since
I'm
he's
role playing,
clearly-
okay?
You are.
Jeez.
Since
It's
he's
lovely.
clearly been
I'll do
bitching
that.
and moaning about this, Andra knows not to wake him up.
I'll do that in some other game next time.
No, I love it. It's great.
I guess we'll wake up Lunine if they looked not like they were dying when we stopped.
Great, Lenine, go ahead. Make a perception check on your watch.
11.
Cool. Go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw.
— 22.
Nice. Cool. Very well done. Great. Nothing happens on your watch. Who do you wake up?
Selenar wakes up anyway because it's been 4 hours.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
So he
I
is
like
long
that.
rested, right? I can apply long rest at this time.
Yeah. Go for it.
Sweet. Sweet spell slots. Cool. At some point during this first watch, I will take the hour ritual to summon Mr. Whiskers again.
Yeah. Easy enough for you to do. You have a Mr. Whiskers. Go ahead, make a perception check on your watch.
Dirty 20.
Cool. So back at the pyramid, which is a ways away at this point, you hear something. It's very far away, but you hear it. And you don't know what it is. But it sounds pretty loud. Doesn't last very long.
Does it sound like mechanical clanging loud or like blood curdling scream loud?
It's not a scream, it's just noise.
I'm not gonna do anything about it.
Yeah, it lasts about
But cool.
It lasts about like 4 or 5 minutes.
I am intrigued, but I'm not leaving the camp or waking anyone up about it.
Okay. Cool. Some hours pass. Are you gonna wake anyone else up, or are you gonna just ride it out?
I'm riding it out. This is the way.
Great. Eventually, the sun begins to rise, and people can wake up.
I sketch a picture of what I feel like it was like being petrified. It's a very deep, goth kind of illustration in my journal.
Very cool. You do so. It's glorious and gothy. So you are all awake. You can apply a long rest.
Yeah.
Oh, thank goodness.
While we are rising and packing up camp, I do say last night, some hours ago, I described the sound coming from the pyramid. Quite disheartening, but just figured you all should know.
That is
good to
disheartening.
know.
Are we going back there for any reason?
I mean,
Well, we never found Barl, did we? He was a statue. We may be able to save him.
None of us
I
can say.
am not a
They
scientist.
wish to know the fate
but I
of
don't-
their
I don't
crewmen.
think so.
Better if we can bring them back, but they only wish to know the
Unless
fate.
there's some
at
magical
minimum.
means of statuing him.
Well, we know there's a resident wizard, do we not? I mean, we never. I'm
I
looking
presume
at
that is
the-
not the thing that we fought that became a weird
No.
black ghost and then left.
We never found Trast.
Sounds like somebody there is really unhappy. I don't know that I want to go back to face them.
but
To
like,
see just how unhappy.
Did your accent change?
Maybe. I am forgetting how to talk.
I mean, there's still a lot of like mystery in there. Like, there might be some cool things.
Do feel we left the pyramid unexplored, but I suppose that is not the main reason we came to Shorebank.
Why did we come to Shorebank?
We came here to find information for me. We found a dead end. Part of the payment was to find Barl. We found Barl. I
Mhm.
suggest we go back to the ship. Barl
Do we
is
have
a
any proof
statue.
that we found Barl? Or will the captain just accept our
Our
word
word.
for
They're
it?
gonna have to take our word for it.
Renata can do his best impression of statue.
Okay.
What?
I was like, we should have taken a picture. I'm just kidding.
I know. Where's my phone?
Yeah, Corvus will just be silent through all this. This is not his decision to make, and he is assuming the role of I'll go where I'm told.
I'm fine not knowing everything.
I mean, strictly logistically speaking, yes, we did the thing we were asked to do. Do we have the proof? No, we don't. But if a party of 5 say, hey, we saw this guy, perhaps that's enough to convince them that we actually did.
And I don't necessarily care to go back into a place that was already full of things jumping out of the ground. Who knows what else is in there, aside from all the other traps.
And for what it's worth, I respect your decision in this. I consider this leg of our journey to be, I mean, you can make the call here.
Let's go back to the ship. I'm sick of this fucking island.
Andra, while this conversation is going on, is going to take the 10 minutes to identify the piece of obsidian.
You learn it is a device called a keystone. It is attuned to certain magically locked doors that will allow you to pass through them or open them.
Cool.
Pretty much if you have that on your person and you approach a doorway that it is attuned to, the door will open for you.
Cool.
I have a feeling those doors are back in the pyramid.
So, hey guys, I got this thing, and I'm pretty sure it's a master key to the pyramid.
Wow, I mean, that's a little tempting now to go back into the pyramid.
Just feel like there are stones
I
left
guess nobody
unturned
cares.
in
Okay.
there.
We're going.
Selenar does care. Selenar wants to explore the pyramid. I'm just having trouble articulating it in character.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can put it to a vote again.
I mean, I think there's probably interesting things in there.
I'd like everybody to make a perception check at this point, please.
Do we get a choice anymore?
Oh, a nat 1. At least Whiskers can roll.
Corvus.
I'd like to point out that your nat 1 is higher than what I rolled.
He's got a +6, and I rolled that 1.
Well, you're busy thinking about like what could be in the pyramid. Like it could be fun. You've never been in one, really. You only were in there for like a little while yesterday. You didn't get to experience it like the others did.
Yeah, and Selenar's whole point of being on this quest at all is just to explore places.
Sure.
Fair enough.
Corvus, you see and hear, more so see than hear, movement in the shrubs around you. Specifically on the side that is farther away from the pyramid. With a 22, you get a sense that you're being surrounded.
Well, everyone brace yourselves. I think we have company.
What are you talking about?
Shh.
What?
Look at the bushes.
As you say, look at the bushes.
Look, a dragonfly.
A shimmering effect fades, and you all see that you are surrounded by a cadre of skeletons, zombies, including some big zombies, like 2 of those big ogre zombies. One skeleton, Andra, who you recognize, who was like the boss of the skeletons.
Uh-huh.
And a particularly well-dressed looking zombie who is wearing like a black and blue kind of like long-tailed suit with a cravat, kind of musty and dusty, but looks fairly well put together, decidedly zombie-ish, but like a little more cleaned up a bit.
Cool.
And like there are easily about 40 zombies around, or 40 like skeleton and zombies around you, so it's a lot. You are vastly outnumbered.
All right, everyone, fight to the death. It's our final stand.
The nice looking zombie looks and says, I will need you to return what you stole.
Don't look at me this time.
Anyone steal anything, guys?
Now my pockets are clean.
No.
Lumine's just gonna look at Andra.
Can I cast a stealth check to also look at Andre?
Sure.
Just use your imagination. It's called wearing a mask.
You mean this key?
The master does not take intrusion kindly.
Is he available? We'd like to talk to him.
On what business? First you break his statuary, then you break into his home and steal more items. And then you camp outside like ballsy little children. And now,
But before all of that, he did try to.
You
Before
ask
all of that,
for
y'all
audience?
did try to kill us.
I mean, we're looking for a friend.
What sort of
We have a
friend?
history of being attacked.
A sailor.
There are no sailors here.
No.
There is
Must
the
have been bad
master
info,
and
then.
his thralls. And you have been trespassing for days.
I mean, I'll
What-
talk to my friends. I mean, he's not wrong.
What
We
would
were just
you
leaving
do?
anyway, so
Well, now
We'll
you are
just,
trying to
see
leave with
ourselves out.
property that is not yours.
oh, well, you can have it.
And you have caused much damage. So now, the master demands an explanation.
So to Andra, oh, it sounds like he is available.
Sounds like he might be, yeah.
Let your master know that we'd be certain to explain ourselves to him. Where can we meet him?
You will follow us.
Okay.
I don't know if we have many options at this point, huh?
Oh, okay.
So I just, he says that, and I just like, wait for him to move.
He slowly turns his head and looks at the skeleton, who like snaps bony fingers, and skeletons come from the exterior of the group and reach out towards all of you and begin disarming you of weapons.
That's fine. You can have my
I've
weapon.
been wondering if this situation would ever come.
Oh, you know, I did borrow this sword from someone in the pyramid. You can give it back to them.
They just
the
the skeletons say nothing. They just take. So they remove all of your visible weapons. So if you have like a bow or a sword, you are currently without it.
great.
They don't.
I pretty much only.
They do not go so far as to like dig through your packs and like steal like spell books or anything like that. But any kind of like dagger, sword, bow.
I was just thinking about this the other day. I've often wondered, like, because I have 2 daggers in my equipment, and I've often imagined that the second one he keeps in his boot.
Go ahead. Make a sleight of hand check to see how well your daggers are hidden in this moment.
Okay.
Because Corvus, this tracks for me, and this tracks for you. So
Yeah, I don't know where the like main hand one is. It has to be closer to his.
yeah, like
it's probably
one is
invisible.
definitely on your belt, but let's see if you've got that
Yeah.
other one hidden. And you know, I'm going to say that you had advantage because this is like a thing you do regularly. So the 16.
Okay.
The 16 is more than enough for the zombies not to notice your second dagger wherever you've decided to hide it.
I have a
Secret.
quarterstaff that I'm assuming I can't fit in my pack. I've never used it as a weapon.
Yeah, the skeletons take it because they specifically take any kind of like bludgeoning thing that you have. If you've got a mace or a staff, you don't anymore.
I have a quarter. I had a quarterstaff.
Yeah. Now they don't like scamper off with this stuff. They just kind of like give it to one of the like larger zombies who like just has 2 massive hands out and just like wraps undead fingers around it and saunters away towards the pyramid with it. Then the speaking zombie like turns and goes, followed by a bunch of zombies and skeletons. The commanding zombie, or skeleton rather, motions for you all to start moving. And as you kind of fall in line with the crowd, the remaining zombies and skeletons kind of form up a rear guard behind you with the commander of the skeletons.
Okay. Here we go.
Looks like we're going to learn some new things.
Yeah.
That's a positive spin on this situation, Andra.
Andra was advocating to go back in anyway.
I am aware.
So
I'm
I
pretty
just want to be a little clear about what they take. So Selenor carries a spear that he's never used, which he gives up without fight.
Yeah.
He also has like a carved walking stick sort of thing that he's had from home.
Yeah, they take
which
that.
I think is his. And then I go full Gandalf and say, "You wouldn't deprive a man of his walking stick, would you?"
The skeletons.
This thing is my.
The skeletons
It's-
don't
I'm-
reply and just whoop, take it, unless you want to like put up resistance.
Maybe now's not the time.
I envisioned this thing as a gift from my teacher, and it is my druidic focus. So I am extremely hesitant to give it up.
Totally.
Uh,
How resistant are you? Like, do you like you see them take Lunine's swords?
Yeah. Okay. So I just sort of give everyone like a sideways glance about it, but I guess I just let it happen. But this is like a kid being, like his blankie being taken away for the first time.
Oh,
Corvus will put his hand out and say, "We'll get it back."
Yeah.
This is like a thing that you have never seen Selenar without, and it's clear that he is fairly distraught at not having it in his possession.
You have a fighter who's never had his swords not on his back.
Yeah. So
So
this is the same situation.
Yeah.
you'll live.
So that I think that means I can't cast spells that need a material component, right? Because I don't have my focus on me
Right.
anymore.
Right.
Okay, great. All right, we can now continue. I just wanted to know how this was working.
Yeah. So you're all being marched through the doorway, through the pyramid. You march for 20, 30 minutes, 40 minutes. seemingly at random, turning down hallways. Again, this pyramid must be vastly larger on the inside than it appears. But eventually, you make it to a chamber that is fairly. What is that? Get out of here. Fairly interesting. What you see is, unlike all the other rooms, which were very like straight, this kind of area has like 3 corridors that lead to it. 2 massive columns in front of a set of raised stairs that goes up to a dais, and on the dais is a big ornate door made of bones. Like the arch is like made of giant bones, and the door themselves seems to be made of like bones of different sizes, all of which have been like expertly fitted together. So it's like this pale ivory, bone, white, shifting, shimmering kind of door. It almost looks opalescent because of the like variety and shade of the bones. It is unfathomable how many creatures contributed and what kind to these doors. But
That's not foreboding at all.
No.
Ozo likes it. It's pretty.
Yeah, the large ogre zombie who has all your stuff stands off to one side of the stairs. The well-dressed zombie climbs along with the skeleton commander and turns back to you all, indicating for you to follow them through the doors.
We follow, I think.
Great.
That's what we're doing.
You follow through the doorway, which is great, into a massive room that appears to be some kind of like audience chamber. Inside of which sorry, finding some things. Yeah, his where the hell did it go? Sorry. Here it is. Sorry, the wrong thing. So inside this audience chamber, it's like got a raised area kind of around it and 2 big massive doorways off either side, which seem to lead somewhere, like archway kind of vibes. And on a raised dais on the far side and a raised platform with stairs leading up to it, there is a large throne made out of bones. It seems like it's got like a massive rib cage and like a skull, like that you sit on. Looks kind of vaguely humanoidish. It is, and like the arm rests are like 2 fingers or 2 bones or whatever. It's very like heavy metal, or like, you know, Motorhead.
Is it medium creature scale or is it ogre scale?
No, it's large creature.
Okay.
The skeleton commander kind of like stops you all a certain distance away from the dais, and the zombie kind of goes forward a little bit, a few feet in front of you, and then you hear this like clomping, and you can feel like shuddering beneath your feet on the floor as 2 massive undead creatures enter from the doorway to the left. They kind of force their way through. They are huge creatures. The scale of them is insane. They are 15, 20 feet long, flesh rotting off of them. You can see bones. hanging off them, but like they have these long tails that seem to have like spikes on them and like almost like armored heads and backs. They're quadrupedal. They are wild-looking things, and they kind of walk up and flank either side of the dais. They seem too big to like really like go up it. Like they had to like squeeze through the doors. And then you see a another individual enter, kind of flanked by these things. Like they're kind of like waiting, and this figure kind of walks through. And this figure is walking without real like purpose. They just appear to kind of stroll, kind of like they don't care. And you see that it is humanoid. It is a Tortu, wearing just kind of like black, like a long vest almost, like just kind of like over the back of his shell. His arms are very like flipper-like in a way. Like he's got digits, but it's kind of shaped kind of like a sea turtle in a way, very reminiscent in the face of a sea turtle. And he just kind of walks up and sits on the throne and looks at the zombie. Master Trast, these are those who have invaded your sanctum. They seek audience with you. Have you returned the stuff, by the way? Like, did you give back the little orb and the thing? They have yet to return your property. To which this entity, Trast, he kind of looks and says, "Why?"
I don't know.
They didn't ask very nicely.
He kind of, it looks like he's struggling to get the words out, or like he's thinking about what to say, because he doesn't answer very quickly. But he looks at you when you speak under and says, "Return my items."
Well, we're here looking for someone. We could maybe trade.
No one lives here, but
What about one of your fine statues? One of them looked reminiscent of someone that we're looking for.
and he kind of looks at the zombie. Master Trast statues are those who broke in previously. You have caused damage to exterior, interior, and the servants of the house, including slaying 3 rare basilisks that were obtained at quite a steep price. You are in great debt to the mighty Trast. To which the Tortu just nods.
Well, we do a lot of favors for people. It was indeed accidental that we caused so much trouble We weren't sure what to expect. We came doing something as a favor for other people, you know. Sorry about that.
Make a
Sure, you most of
persuasion
our
check
actions.
at disadvantage.
Persuasion?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's not gonna go well.
You see the Tortu kind of raises an eye ridge and just was like, uh-huh.
I assure you most of the damage caused was a survival instinct. For instance, your basilisks, were they? It seemed that they weren't too friendly once we were brought inside. We really did what we had to do.
The zombie speaks up again. That is their purpose.
And
Now, the master must acquire new specimens.
do you have any terms of this, for whatever's going on, or would you just like this one to give your items back and we leave?
The Tortu kind of like looks down at you, Corvus. The debt is large.
That sounds like no.
Start with returning my things.
Andra, just give the man his things.
Fine, fine. I take the piece of obsidian and I toss it at the guy.
The skeleton commander whips his arm out and catches it. And hands it over to the zombie. The zombie nods. And looks back at you all. Thank you. Now on to your remaining debt. The Master Trast has decided that you might be useful. There is a specimen not far from here that he requires for his research. Obtain the specimen.
Any idea what the specimen is?
I sent a message, like with the message spell, to Andra. Say, can Trast not speak for himself? Does he not have a mouth?
Seems like he doesn't.
You've seen him speak. He spoke a couple times. It's just his
Yeah.
speech is slow and like he's thinking about the words.
I'm just impatient.
I think he's just old.
He doesn't appear too old.
Andra doesn't care. That's what
Yeah.
she says to Selenar anyway. That's the response to the message is,
Okay. Cool.
Are we getting a description of this item? Corvus says. Corvus is being neither patient nor impatient. He's just sort of like, you just have to tell me the things. Like,
Yeah.
this is how business dealings work, and you're really dragging this out.
Yeah, the zombie doesn't speak very quickly, but speaks quicker than, like the zombie
Yeah, he's
speaks
just
like
leaving out details.
like Lurch.
Yeah, that's fair. Corvus is just going to press him on the details.
Yeah. But it is, however, Trast who answers you.
whoa.
An extraplanar creature resides not far. I need it. retrieve it. And gain the statue you want.
Okay. I think you know what my next question is. The only detail you have is an extraplanar creature. It's not enough to go off of.
Is it Laquistra?
A what?
He looks confused at you.
At which one? Who are you confused at?
At Selenar, when he says the name Laquistra.
I am too, to be honest.
Laquistra is the name of the Fey water lady that we found in the cenote. The one who came from the Fey realm in and out of that portal in the pool.
So we'll have a
Lunina's
talking
gonna
camp later
shoot
about just
Eleanor
not giving up
the
names of potential
dirtiest
allies unless
look.
they're asked.
You will not speak again.
Trask, I'm just waiting for details on this deal. I'm listening, but I need to know what this extraplanar creature is.
He looks at you and smiles a little bit. A dandelion.
Do I know
I
what
believe
this
I'm
is?
unfamiliar with extraplanar dandelions. I'm only familiar with the mundane version.
Lunine, go ahead, roll history, nature, or if you think another skill might matter, go for it.
Fixing history.
16. You do know these things. They are sort of like they're fey creatures. They are kind of like a lion made of plants. They are known to roam forests of the Fey realm, plains, Serengeti kind of vibes. They are known to kind of just do what they want, and people tend to leave them alone because they are quite ferocious and have all kinds of weird plant and animal abilities. Battling one of them is tricky.
This should be fun. You have a direction
But
for
I don't
this
know any of this,
creature.
correct?
I
No.
haven't
Doubt he
said
gets that
anything
explanation
yet.
out.
Yeah, only Lunine
Not
would
yet.
have that knowledge.
And where do you have a
I suppose I would
direction?
know enough about Lunine to know that he might be our party expert in extraplanar things. I might cast him a side look, but
You have a location for
I also
the
don't
glory.
expect him to answer right now either.
Trast makes a motion to his little zombie valet guy. Of course.
Everyone needs a zombie butler.
Zombie ballet guy.
One of you must submit to a contract.
I call not it.
Okay.
I mean, what kind of a contract?
You're the one that stole the items. I vote Andra.
I'm in with Lunine on this one, Andra.
Let's take a vote.
I'm just
Everyone
gonna
except
turn
for
around
Andra,
and
raise your hand.
glare at Lunine. fine.
You're the noble with sticky fingers.
What kind of a contract?
To ensure you don't just run off without fulfilling your agreement.
And
One of you
Could we
must.
could we see it? Is this verbal, written,
It is.
extraplanar?
You see Trast kind of wiggles his fingers, and a black orb with a giant red crack in the middle that seems to it's almost like a black crystal orb, like maybe onyx, and it's got a red crack that runs down the middle and kind of splinters off like veins. There's like a big crack in the middle and little veins. Almost looks kind of like a bloodshot eye.
Corvus is going to lean over to Andra and go, I've dealt with lots of contracts in my days, and none of them have looked like that. So you're up.
It's definitely the magic department there.
Andre's just going to stare at the rest of the party, and then look over at Trask and be like,
just so that we know the term, I'm going to speak on this one's behalf. She's signing, though, by the way. Just so we know the terms of the contract, if the deal is not fulfilled, then I would like to know what happens.
The signer expires
Classic.
and will be absorbed into the horde.
Is it painful?
guys, that doesn't sound super fun.
Well, you just
picked this.
don't you like zombies and dead things?
You could learn something.
Like is a
It's like your
strong
kin.
word. Like is a real strong word for them.
And just
Listen,
so
we'll
that we're
get
clear
this
on
done, so that you'll be fine.
just so we're clear in the terms, when we return with the dandelion, the debt is paid and we're able to take the statue of our choosing.
You see that Trast nods once.
Just so I know, is there any way to make this statue not a statue anymore, or is it forever a statue?
There are magics that undo petrification.
Okay. Would it be a step too far to put that in part of the deal? Can we undo the petrification of this certain statue before leaving on return of this dandelion?
Do you have the ability?
I do not, but I know someone that does. And I believe that's you.
Trast smiles. Not my area of study.
Okay, fair enough. Andra, you should start studying it.
Studying what? Petrification?
The opposite. He knows the petrification part. We want to do the other half.
Sure. When
Let's
had a
leave
moment
that
with
up to the
library.
people who own the crew member.
Anyway,
We're just bringing them back.
That's true. I was thinking, we're going to tell them we're going to do a drop off in the jungle and give them a coordinate and be like, you can find your statue friend here. Anyway, Andra, knowing the terms of the details of this beautiful contract, You ready to sign?
Do you know where to find a dandelion?
Nope. But is there a time limit on this?
I'm sure our oh my god, my mind is blanking.
Lunine had asked if they knew where it was, and they seemed to say that they did.
So we're getting details upon signature of this contract and where this item is.
Because if we don't sign, then he doesn't want us to go get the dandelion for ourselves.
I mean, I would also run a contract in a very similar manner. So
Is a dandelion something we would want for ourselves?
No, but you know,
I don't know. I'm not a wizard.
treasure is treasure to each person.
I mean, look at the other stuff this guy has. I mean, his taste is pretty questionable.
We're not getting out of here unless you do this.
You need to sign this.
Just stop delaying it so we can get this done.
We got your back after you sign.
Oh, look at the thing. It's just a red orb, right? Red and black orb.
Looks like it.
How far away is Trast is holding it?
Trast is holding it, but are you like you're making motions that like you're going to be the one to sign it?
We're making motions that she's going to be the one to sign it.
You see,
I'm just
that
looking
he hands it to the zombie. Who the zombie walks up, takes it in both his hands, and begins walking down the stairs. He's slow.
Guys,
It'll be fine, probably.
The zombie valet walks up to Andra because you're all looking at Andra, and holds it out and kind of low down for you.
I'm clasping my hands behind my back and examining it as close as I can without touching
You
it.
gotta cross your fingers when you sign.
Make a perception check or investigation.
If you do the old birthday trick where you just slap their face into it.
Let me just say, if Spoot were in this party, he would have signed this for you. He's not.
16 investigation.
Looking it over, you can see now up close that the red vein parts that kind of splinter off into the middle of this thing, or from the middle of this thing, seem to pulse and shimmer a little bit. Not a lot, but you can see it. It's like synapses firing almost inside, and even though it looks like it's got this massive crack, the exterior is smooth. It doesn't seem like it's cracked on the outside.
Isn't this cool, Andra?
What is it?
The contract.
I thought you knew.
What does it do?
Ensures your compliance.
Okay, I've seen
do I need to explain contracts?
I have seen a contract before, and it didn't look like that.
Well, agreed. We did cover that. This is very unusual. But I actually assumed you, as being the magical person, would be less shocked by this than I am.
I mean, I've never seen anything like this before, have I?
No.
Contracts exist in all shapes and
What's it gonna do to me when I touch it?
Ensure
question,
your
or
why
are
don't
you-
you touch it and
compliance.
find out?
Guys!
You dug your own grave
Brought-
on this one
yeah,
upon
you brought this
stealing
on
the items
yourself.
and refusing to give them back.
I'll put one finger on the poking at the orb.
You touch the orb with one finger, and immediately the red energies inside flash onto your hand. Your hand now has the image of that red, kind of veiny, spiraling, pulsing thing, and you can see almost immediately the veins stretch around to the back of your hand from the scar in the middle and begin to creep up your arm. The zombie nods and says,
Now where is the
"Very
dandelion?
well. The dandelion resides in a glen one day due west of here by an outcropping of bamboo forest.
All right.
You have
Well, we should be on our way.
3 days before
3 days?
Okay, admittedly, that should have been discussed before we signed the contract.
Guys.
Considering we'll let it
before
slide.
the creeping pain takes your friend.
I don't like the sound of that, guys.
Well, then we should get going, shouldn't we? We have a long day's trek ahead of us.
Okay. Are we able to leave? And I look at Trask.
Trast kind of nods and says, "Deal."
And we'll be returned our weapons, I assume, upon exit the pyramid.
The zombie nods. Of course. You could hardly be useful without them.
That'd
Yeah, I
be
agree.
hilarious if he just didn't give them back and just said,
Yeah, he's like, good luck,
luck, have
suckers.
fun. "Yeah, good luck, have fun."
All right. After you. Sorry, I didn't get your name.
You see, like, the orb is given back to Trast, and he kind of like does a hand motion and it disappears. And he then stands up off of the bone throne, as it is, and leaves, and those two massive creatures like lumber along kind of behind him, squeezing through the archways before the skeleton and the zombie turn to look at you and kind of do a slight inclined bow and kind of lead you out the room. You are led out of the chambers, back, escorted with the full host that was still there. They did not disperse. They just waited outside.
How nice of them.
And when you are outside of the pyramid, the ogre zombie holds out its massive, like, rotting hands and deposits your gear on the ground. And it just kind of tumbles out. Ting, 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 clatter, clatter, clatter.
Nice. Very nice.
And you see, like, he was holding it firmly, so, like, its hands are, like, a little cut up, but it doesn't seem bothered by it.
Does no one have sheets? Or I guess they took them out of
They
our
just
sheets
took
they had.
blades. They weren't worried about sheets.
Poor guy. Now we have to sharpen our blades. I'm just kidding. Pick up my...
Does that include the short sword that I originally stole from the zombie anyway? Or the skeleton?
Yeah, they don't seem to care
They took
about
that back.
The owner is not around, presumably. Okay. Pick up our
Celador
weapons.
picks up his staff, but noteworthy, he does not bother picking up his spear that he has had this whole time and never used.
That's fair.
Fair enough.
So I'm gonna go ahead and delete that from my inventory
Okay.
and leave it on the ground.
Before you leave a room and you have the loot, you just go drop it.
Put it back in the chest.
Yeah.
Add to wares.
I'm over encumbered. Here we go.
Good drop on ground.
At
Yeah.
this moment, Corvus takes the dagger. He hid in his boot and steps. I'm just kidding. No. We should take our things and leave.
As we're walking out of the pyramid, Selenar, who strategically did not speak for that entire scene, says to Audra, 3 days is plenty of time. I would not be worried.
I mean, I would be a little
Andra
worried.
was
But...
just kind of glaring at.
Everybody? Yeah, this is pretty
Reasonable.
interesting. Party dynamic right now.
Well, I'm not signing a contract.
I mean,
Yeah, which Andra, as you kind of look at this thing that is it's like a big, almost like a stigmata on your hand, but just like a stain. There's no damage to your body. It's just looks like it. It is wrapped around your hand, and it's already these veins are twisting and intertwining around your wrist and creeping, and you pull up your sleeve, and it's slowly working its way up your arm.
I'm envisioning the Princess Mononoke, Prince Ashitaka thing that happens on his arm.
Yeah, very much. Yeah, very, very similar.
Can I cast Identify on it?
Yeah. Sure, I'll allow that. Fuck, yeah. You cast Identify
My arm,
on
for
it.
fuck's sake.
You learn that this is some sort of a, for lack of better terms, a curse. But it's a pseudo-sentient curse called a creeping pain. It is extraplanar in origin, and it is from it's from a realm where pain is how you communicate. Is what this spell tells you. That's how this thing tells you what it wants. And the spell is it will cover your body entirely in 3 days, and will kill you. And it will be painful when it kills you.
He thought it was an extraplanar contract, and he was right.
Cool, guys. This sucks.
Now, this is kind of cool, isn't it? Now you get to learn something. Don't get caught stealing. I'm joking. It'll be fine. We'll find this dandelion that our resident bake expert, I'll point to Lunine, and we'll be back in no time. We'll get Barl. It'll be great. Everything happens for a reason. Probably.
Says someone who doesn't have creeping pain on their hand.
Yes, I made a very good choice back there. It could have gone worse. We were easily outnumbered, and he probably could have just turned us all into statues without even entertaining a thought. So,
all right, while they're having their lover's quarrel, I send Whiskers up above the tree, and I'm looking out to the west.
Go find the dandelion.
No, we need a path to the west.
Yeah, it's gonna be a bit of a thing because you remember you exit into swampy area, jungle, a straight path is not going to do it. You're going to have to backtrack half a day, and then you can kind of head in the direction.
There's a giant lake just to the west. We got to go back the way we came and hike around the north side of the lake to the west.
Are you looking at the map?
There's no map in this of this.
I know. I was like, where are you getting this? I forget about the lake.
I actually would have been sketching our path as we came from the town to the cenote and then to the pyramid, so I'd probably have at least a rough map, right?
The good news is getting back to the pyramid is...
He's got cartography skills and tools, so that's part of what's in his journal. Yeah, look right here. We did this and then this.
Okay.
Yeah, you've got a solid path back, so you're good. But yeah, it's gonna be a little bit of a diversion to get that way. And so,
you done, by the way, Selenar?
So who can tell me what this is we're looking for?
It's a giant lion that looks like a plant. Or a plant that looks like a lion.
A plant that looks like a lion?
Yes.
How big are we talking?
Jared?
Lion
Jared?
sized.
Lion?
Yeah, lion sized.
Not dandelion size? That's a shame.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I'd
Oh,
really
I would
go-
be, listen, if it was dandelion sized, I would be keeping that for myself because that sounds cute.
There might be several.
nah, they can be
Oh,
like,
God, I would die. That would be adorable.
yeah, no, you know that they can be like 10 feet tall to like the shoulder when they're standing. Like they are massive, big
That
creatures.
is not lions. I mean, well, I don't know. Maybe I don't know what lions are on Nuuli. Apparently they're large.
Sounds like they're huge, actually.
There wasn't a zoo in where I grew up, so.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I will also sort of just check in on Selenar as I sort of, I guess we assume he's going to be leading this expedition. But I'm going to ask him how he's feeling post statue, because I don't think we got a chance to chat.
I feel like it never happened. Just had a short nap. Very strange.
Really? Wow. I envy you. How about you? We're not a soul angel. Yours was pretty short, admittedly.
Was it? Don't recall.
Yeah, everyone just forgot that they were petrified. Cool. Just me then. All right. Well,
Do you
Where
need to
we
talk
going,
about
son?
it?
not with you.
And on that note, we will end tonight's session of Nuuli Forged.
Woo.
Well done, everyone. Congratulations. You found Barl, and you've got yourself a new job on this crazy little jungle island.
Congratulations.
And-
You did not get to leave the pyramid like you tried to vote on.
There was every chance you could have, but you decided to rest at right outside the pyramid. So
We weren't going to make it very far.
We were not. I didn't think I was going to make it through the first watch. Every first watch Corvus has done, he's been attacked and taken damage. So I would have died.
That's hilarious.
I will say, thinking after Matt said Spoot would have signed the contract, thinking our last party, Grig would have signed it out of science.
That's also
yeah.
fair.
Yeah, yeah.
Spoot
Yeah,
would have
Grig
signed it
Spoot
out of selflessness.
Totally different
Yeah.
choices.
Spoot would have been like
Yeah,
fighting Grig to be like, no, this is not, no. Let me
Yeah,
sign
we got
it.
this.
Yeah.
We got this.
Nereus would
me.
also probably try to sign it.
Yeah.
Honestly.
The guy's like, no, you can't all sign. I only have one extra planar
Right.
contract.
One extra planar curse to put on you. As opposed to
We
everyone's
all
who's
put our
like,
hands
"Nah,
in
not me, not
together."
me. Nope, I'm okay.
yeah,
He's such a weirdo.
I loved the party like turn on Andra. Like, well, it's you.
There's one thing we can agree on right now is that Andra
Well-
is signing this.
I will say, a Fae is not gonna want to sign a contract,
That
especially
is
one
true.
like this. You're
Corvus
not
is-
probably gonna want a thief. Or a thief is not gonna want to get themselves into a contract.
Not unless he knows he can get out of it. And the moment he saw that contract, he was like, nope, I'm out.
So
Andra
I
was
just like,
definitely.
I am not part of this conversation. This is great. Everything is great. You're great.
Andra was still
just-
kind of.
I did not know who was
Oh,
going to
great.
get it, but like I think it was beautifully done. So well done, everyone. And thank you
She was
all.
definitely like, I'm kind of intrigued by this, and the
Yeah,
just probably
I
regretting everything now.
insight checked you. I knew you wanted it.
The best way to learn is by doing, after all.
Exactly.
But thank you all for playing. I hope you all had fun this evening. And thank you all for joining us. Thank you, Taco San Mashu. Thank you, I've Got It, for being active and being here and joining us again. And I think I saw NYC Zombie in there at some point. Thanks to anyone who came in, gave us a lurk for this little late stream, little solid 2-hour chunk on a new computer. So there's still like some buggies working out, but it seemed like it worked pretty well, all things considered.
They shouldn't be bugs.
Yeah. Well, like more like there's like some
Kinks.
appearance things in the OBS that I'm like, oh, I like,
Oh.
because like the text is bigger and I don't know how to make it not be that because it's a different.
Yeah, if Matt was on time, he would have been here for that.
Yeah.
There's
Sorry.
just some things.
I,
There's some things. That's all. There's some things. But hey, it's all good. Thank you all for being here. We hope you had fun. We'll go around and say some quick goodbyes. I'll figure out who we're gonna raid, and then we'll GTFO. So let's start with Selenar.
Hello, I am Jeff. I've been playing Selenar, and we'll do so again next week. We'll see you here 1 hour earlier than this week. It'll be great.
Thank you, Renata.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. I'm Mike, been Renata tonight, and we'll see you next week.
Wonderful. And Ozo.
Yo, I'm Ozo.
See, I found it. I just have to say Ozo. Also, I'm Amber. I will not see you next week, but I hope that we have some excellent pictures of the dandelion because that's my favorite pun right there. Dandelion.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Next up, we've got Lunine.
Thanks for watching, guys. I can't wait to see what picture Jared puts up for Dandelion, to be honest.
Who's to
It's
say?
either going to be something kind of like really moderately terrifying but like strangely cute, or it's going to be very cute.
¿Por qué no los dos? Thank you very much. Next up, we got Corvus.
What's up? I'm Corvus, and Corvus is played by Matt. Matt is played by Corvus. It's a weird thing.
Two raccoons in a trench coat.
Yeah. Yeah, great. We're alive still. Corvus didn't have a signed contract. That's all good. Tune in next week as he begrudgingly goes on a safari.
Jeff, are you in a haunted house?
Always.
I see just like the lights flashing.
Well, I just realized
Hot off,
that
hot off.
behind
Voices in
me
the
is-
back.
the room is dim, but it's not pitch black.
It
So
appears
it's
to be
like-
pitch black.
There we go.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like a
Funny.
red
With
hole.
green, it looks like
It just go
Yeah.
color off, color off.
No,
color.
I'm at home, so
Oh,
it's just
we
the
do
same
party
room
mode? Wait
I'm
a second.
always in.
Next up, we've got Andra.
No, this is important.
Hey, I'm Sarah. I have been Andra. I've been hexed. I'm not sure I like that. And we are Nuuli Forged, and we have a YouTube channel where you can watch this and other episodes at your leisure. And you can follow us on Instagram and Blue Sky.
Wonderful.
And that's all.
Thank you so much. And I have been Jared, your humble dungeon master here on Nuuli Forged. Thank you all so much for being here. We'll see you next week at 7 p.m. at our usual Nuuli time on this Nuuli channel. Yeah, we'll go with it. We're gonna raid someone new tonight. We're gonna raid Top Down Tabletop. They're playing some D&D.
That needs to come with a warning, Jeff.
So, hey now. So, go ahead, hop in this raid. Let them know that they've been newly raided, and we will see you all next week. Be good, be kind, be safe. Have a lovely, happy week. And we'll see you next time.
Woo!